In the previous video, I showed you how to add JQuery widgets from within Dreamweaver. But what if you want to add a JQuery widget that is not included in Dreamweaver at the moment? For example, a menu such as this, where you can hover over the menu items, and when you come to a submenu, it pops up, and it can go on. So this is not included in Dreamweaver's list of jQuery UI widgets at the moment. But if you want to add an interactive menu like this, you can go to jQueryui.com, where they have examples of many different jQuery widgets, and I am on the menu page. So let's look at how they're making it work. So first, you need to download and include the jQuery script files and the jQuery UI script files. Also, the CSS file is important here because that's what makes this cascading menu work. Without their CSS file, it won't work. So once you've downloaded and included these files in your page, the actual jQuery code is extremely simple, and you can copy and paste this, and I'll show you how to do this. And then the menu itself is an unordered list that is nested, so you have one unordered list containing the main menu, and whenever you want a submenu, you just add another unordered list within that list item, and it can go on to many levels. So a pretty simple setup. Let's go ahead and try this. So first, to download the jQuery UI script files, you can just go to the home page, jQueryui.com. Under quick downloads, you can download the stable one, which is usually the latest version that has been tested and found to be stable. I've already downloaded it here, and then when I extracted the files, it gave me this folder. So I'm going to copy all the files that I need into my Dreamweaver site folder and then begin. So first, you need the jQuery file itself, which is found here, jQuery.js. You will also need jQuery UI, JS or JavaScript, and CSS or style sheet files. So as you can see here, there are many files, so choose the file names that have min inside. These are the cleaned up, minimal and compressed versions of the file, so they load quickly. Functionally, they're identical to these, which are larger files. So in addition to my jQuery.js, I'm going to choose jQuery UI min.css and jQuery UI min.js. I copy these, go to my Dreamweaver site, folder, and then paste them. Now back in Dreamweaver, I need to include these CSS and JavaScript files. So in my head section of the page, I can go Insert Script and find these script files, and I need to do it one by one. And I also need to attach the CSS file that comes with jQuery. So I can do that from the CSS designer. I can go to Sources, attach existing CSS file, and attach this file. And make sure I choose Link. So now all the necessary files have been added. I'm going to save. And now, as you can see, I've already started to expand my menu. What I want is, under each class in my class menu, I want a drop-down menu that goes to the individual pages or modules within that class. So for now, all I did was, inside this list item that says Introduction to 3D Animation, I added a UL tag, or unordered list. And inside that UL, I added 4 list items for the 4 modules. Quite simple. So a UL nested inside an LI. That's the structure of our nested menu. So you have all these list items, and some of the list items, which are drop-down menus themselves, contain a UL that has the contents of that drop-down menu. So right now it just looks like a straight list, but we need to make this work like an interactive menu, and so we will. One more change that I've made to get this script to work is the UL tag that contains my main menu needs an ID, and I'll show you why. If you go back to the jQuery UI menu page and look at their code, their UL has an ID called menu, and the main script to get this whole thing working is just this piece of code here. We don't need to know much about JavaScript to get this to work. All we need to know is this whole script has to be copied and pasted inside the head of our page, and the menu list itself, the ID, needs to be added here. It's just this one line of code that activates, that turns your simple list into an interactive cascading menu. But you need to get this name right, that's all. So that's why our UL that contains our menu needs to have an ID, and that's the same ID that we will copy and paste here. So first, I'm going to copy this entire script, go back to Dreamweaver, and up here in the head section, making sure that I'm not overlapping with any other tags, I add some blank space and paste the code. And that's really all you need, except we don't have the right name here. I've named my UL left menu. So I'm gonna take this name and paste it right after the hash sign. All you need to do is be careful of where you're pasting this code so you can actually get these things to work without knowing how to write a single line of code. Just be careful where you put these codes, what files you include, and how you apply the ID. So as soon as I give it the right name and I go to live view, and I see that my menu works. Of course, now it looks very different from what I had, but as you can see, it's really simple to get these scripts to work. Though this was not part of Dreamweaver, all it took was a little copying and pasting in the right place to get this menu to work. You just need to be careful that you copy the files into the right place. You insert the CSS and script tags and the actual script in the right place. You use the right name. In this case, it's just a menu. And then you give your name here. The actual structure was really exactly the same as I had, except that I added one level of a nested menu. And that's all it took. Now, to get this to look like my original menu, the look and feel, I can go in to my CSS file that came with JQuery and make some changes there. But really, getting the code, the menu up and running was very easy, as you can see. So go ahead and try this out. You can look for code. This is a good website to find jQuery widgets, jQueryui.com, because they try and keep things very simple, and they even explain the different options to you, and they show you the code. So give it a shot. Add some nice interactive functionality to your site using jQuery and have fun.